Boom, we are pre-recorded today. Dear Bear family, what a wonderful ride it has been. I'm so grateful for all the new private den member signups, over 100 people. That means the first gap on the way to filling up that 250 discounted price point is there. Amazing. And for all of you that did join, you got the fantastic Bitcoin update and some of the other updates that we put out last night. We actually exited our Bitcoin trade around $5,200. I'll show you why we did that. I'll also show you the quick note from the private bear den so you guys can take a look at this as well. All of that is only accessible. It costs $20 a month for the first 250 people that sign up. After that, we're actually going to scale the price up, and we're going to grandfather anyone that does that for that recurring $20 a month payment to continue to get that for the lifetime of their spot. And anyone that leaves will actually leave that 250 spot open. So any of the 250 people, they get grandfathered into that nice price point. Anyways, totally beside the point. Let's dive into the charts. What a lot of fun this has been. So last night we made a post in the private bear den talking about the 5100 and the 5200 area breaking down on the EMA. As you can see, we actually went short here right at around 5250, and then we went short again around 5150. It was quite a nice buckle and spin. And as you can see, we actually had on the 45-minute chart a short come in around 52 as well. Now we haven't broke into any more positive area with Bitcoin, which is leaving a lot of the other tokens in the same area. So one of the things that's always interested us is the way Bitcoin moves and then the way Bitcoin moves the other tokens. So there's been a lot of hype and movement around Ethereum and Litecoin, and we're actually going to look at them in US dollar terms right now before we go in and look at them to Bitcoin. And I can't stress enough how important it is to always be looking at both sides, the Bitcoin price and the US dollar price. I think more and more the importance of understanding the relationship of Satoshi value instead of dollar value, because Satoshis actually have a value where the dollar doesn't. So here we actually see two short signals. We see another short signal coming in here too. See this little red button bar? This is actually a push down. This is the break of the EMA on the 45-minute chart right now. Just about to cross over at $163 is when it crossed. Again, that's more negative momentum. So the our sells and short, well, I'm going to call it a sell sign, came in last night about $175. That's where we exited pretty much all of our positions was on this double top. And the same thing with Litecoin. Litecoin actually had a nice bounce this morning, but we had a short signal or a sell signal come in at $92 as well. So this is all part of the active private Telegram and bear den that we're building together to get this information out in an expedited format. Just like I showed you, if you go to arcanebear.com/club, you can sign up, like I said, $20 a month. We're going to consistently do that. So I'm always in here writing notes and updates about where the tokens are. We're actually going to be doing an update for Raven today as well. So with, again, Bitcoin is the one we'll show you right now. But basically, we just exited Bitcoin, not trading advice. This is just what we're doing. It was too hard. I said there's targets for 56 and $5,900 area. But again, we just felt that there was too much exhaustion in the markets as a whole. One of the other things I want to do is actually give a shout out to our media partner, ENERGI. They did a bunch of updates with their token the other day. Let's see, they wrote it down here for me because I'm kind of stupid. Let's see, I'll float it over to you guys here. So they recently switched over, and where was this? They switched over into proof of stake, which is they've recently transitioned from proof of work to proof of stake. So this is meeting their Q1 roadmap goal. We've got some posts we'll leave down below. We really like this company. They run a treasury node very similar to the way Dash does. So every month they have the funds to basically keep building on top of their chain, as well as growing their network effect by being able to work with people. And this is an extremely important part. Now, one of the things that I think that's fascinating about decentralization is that you need multiple versions of something. So they're energy efficient because of the proof of stake model, which avoids obviously the tremendous amount of work that can go into the proof of work model. It's a reduction of centralization risk. So mining is currently dominated by the industrial size operations in the Bitcoin space, which I would agree with. Although I think the Bitcoin's already done a great job of taking over the entirety of the what I call it, like the monetary SWIFT system. So they seem to be the number one race car for that. That again leaves the larger influences to the hash rate of the original miners, which does cause some problems in decentralization. Obviously, I can't open up my computer and start mining Bitcoin like we used to be able to. There's also a more flexible design in the proof of stake, which uses open incentivized opportunities, which many people don't actually have. So this opens up a whole new world for the miners as well as the masternodes. And no matter how small of your stake in energy is, you actually be able to receive rewards while staking their coin. So anyone that stakes one energy, anyone that has at least one energy can stake, and it's one of the most profitable coins to stake at the current moment, with an estimated monthly return around 6%. So we do own NRG as well. I keep them. I just hold on to them. I don't stake them, although I guess I probably should be doing that. I will leave links down below for some of the comparison. Actually, I think I can just open this. Can I open this? Yeah, there we go. Here, I'll show you guys. I don't even know how to use my computer. One sec. I'm gonna have to make sure I have some of these open already. Right here. Here we go. So check them out on Twitter as well. You can find them. Their website is energi.world. But this is just a comparison for some of the other ROI and staking. It's like Neo, List, Quantum, and Arc. There's a significantly higher ROI when it comes to staking energy. And if you look at their charts here as well too, we started chatting with Energy originally back in September when they were around 20 cents. And I believe today they're up as high as $1.67. So since we originally started, $1.72, they've gone up even higher. So since we initially started chatting with them, we've seen a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We've seen almost 500% movement in Energy as well, which is just brilliant. They were recently added to KuCoin as well, so you can exchange and you can buy and invest. None of this investment advice, but you can actually buy their tokens in KuCoin, and they're working on more exchanges as they go. I have a lot of faith in these guys because I look for people that are building actively and building partnerships actively in this space, which a lot of them don't seem to be doing necessarily. So it's really, really interesting. We've got more updates from them. We're going to roll out some of the information that they sent us. So Energy were the media partners with us when we went to the conservation effort with the turtles, when we went to the orphanages in Sri Lanka, and we will continue to do work like that. So we're really excited for companies that go out of their way to help us by essentially marketing their companies, by helping us go to these humanitarian and conservation efforts. It's a huge part of what I'm really interested in and why I'm here. Anyways, I'll dive back into the charts. I've got a bunch more information to update you guys on with them as well, but I'll make sure when I do it, we'll break it out so it's not all just about energy in the day. So here we are. We're looking at Litecoin again. We hit the sell again. Our sell signal was around $95. We've seen I guess a nice consolidation in this area. We're gonna have to keep a close eye on it. More importantly, I'm looking at the Bitcoin chart and the fact that we've been underneath our sell signal at a $5,200 and just about to break on the on the 50 EMA. We've touched it 1, 2, 3 times now, losing some of the strength, and then the downside is all the way to 42.50. On the hourly, it's actually a little closer than that. I think 4,800 is the operating EMA. Yeah, 47.50. And again, we hit our sell notes right around here, right around 51.50, just like we said in our private bear den. Anyways, I'll leave it short today. Let's see. Yeah, we'll leave it short today. Again, oh yeah, Raven, that was the one you guys kept asking about. So Raven actually has been consolidating into a nice area here. It still represents a possibility for a fifth wave extension. Although, yeah, see, we haven't even hit a sell exhaustion on the daily yet here, which is actually a very positive indicator. So I suspect that, we could come down as low as 882 Satoshis, especially depending on what happens with Bitcoin. So I exited Raven. Let's see, for those of you that are part of the private bear den, you will have gotten that update. But I effectively exited Raven around 1,500 Satoshis at the top of this triangle right here in this short failure area. So we've been following this triangle. Let's remove this here as it's a little cleaner. We've been following this triangle. For those of you that again are in the private den we were following this triangle. See, you can see it draw down here. And then as soon as we broke up and then touched to the top, I actually exited everything at 1,500. And then as soon as that happened, Bitcoin started to go on its run. And then as soon as Bitcoin goes on its run, I usually consolidate everything back into Bitcoin and I just wait to see what Bitcoin does. And again, we've been under a bunch of sell side pressure and consolidating. So it's an iffy area for Bitcoin right now. Again, I went short at 52.50, 51.50. I bought back in around 5,000 last night. Again, for those of you that are in the members, I send those updates out quite quickly. It's pertinent information, I guess, to some degree. So anyways, join our Telegram channel. We've got the community one, which is free. Anyone that wants to join, we're always happy to be helpful and supportive of anyone in the space. We do our best to educate and inform. That's what all of this is supposed to be about. If you haven't signed up and you want to, go to arcanebear.club. There is still room for the $20 a month Grand Bear packages. And I guess just happy trading, risk management, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your heart calm and your mind peaceful, and you'll be successful pretty much in anything that you do as long as you use your heart and your mind to focus on what it is you want. I think far too many people are focused on just making money instead of actually looking for more of the responsibility and freedom that they're interested in. You know, I made a comment yesterday to a friend of mine that I talked about, well, one of the reasons why I like having a car is so that if anyone needs me to help them, I've pulled someone out of the ditch, I've taken people to the doctor, I give a friend a ride to their house when their car's not working. I like the ownership of things because it gives me the responsibility to help others. And that's really what a lot of this has been about for me as I've gotten older. It's realizing that freedom isn't the ability to just, look, I can fly wherever I want, whenever I want, but I don't, because it doesn't mean shit to me. I'm more interested in helping one another, and that's a very simple thing to do. We're going to be doing a beach cleanup with a bunch of the local companies next week as part of this, I guess, the surf competition that they're having here. So those are the things that really drive me, is more responsibility, because it means more purpose in my life. I just thought I'd share that sentiment. I guess we'll leave you guys off with a little bit of flute, because you always seem to like the flute side, and I totally understand why. We've got just a few minutes here. So thank you all for joining us today. This is Tio with the Arcane Bear. Remember, thumbs up, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you guys on the other side. Oh, this one doesn't work. I think spiders have been building a home inside that flute. I'll have to clean it. Another day. We'll play music another day. We'll see you guys on the other side.